Welcome to the Salidan Life. Today's theme, a new face. Moving happens every day for every reason. Since the beginning of evolution, the human race has been moving, migrating across countries for various reasons. Food, shelter, safety, climate. Recently, the reasons we move have changed. We now move for new jobs, recreational activities, overpopulation, to be closer to our families, or to be further away. Moving isn't a bad thing. Some people enjoy change, others are terrified of it. But at some point in our lives, we will all be a new face. For some, it comes earlier than others. I was a new face.
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 Yeah, I was a new kid a couple of times. When I was in 4th grade, my family moved to Grand Junction, and that was a big culture shock because I had to meet a whole bunch of new people. And that was pretty scary. But then when I moved back here for the first time ever, I went to public school, like in Salida, and that was another new experience because there was barely anybody I knew. And then I left again in 6th and 7th grade, but when I came back in 8th grade, it was kind of the same thing, even though I knew some of the people. So, I don't know.
So I homeschooled from kindergarten until 9th grade, and then I came to high school in 10th grade. And I remember my first day was really boring because, I had just these teachers telling me, don't eat in my classroom, this is what you do when you don't come to class, and you have to find makeup work. And then, it was just that for 7 hours, and I wasn't used to that. But, the kids were pretty friendly. At first, it was just really quiet and awkward, so I just focused on learning stuff. But, I made new friends within the first few months, and kids were really open to getting to know me, and I'm glad I came here.
I was a new face. Right before my freshman year in high school, I moved from Seattle to Michigan. It was really neat because I was able to start over. It's kind of like living in Salida your whole life and then having kind of a fresh start where people don't know you, and everybody just thought that I went to one of the other middle schools because multiple middle schools went into my high school.
Okay, so I came up to Salida because the school I was going to, which is Cotopaxi, had new administration and had changed the scheduling. And due to scheduling issues, I would have had to take 2 online courses and paid $500 per semester for each. So that would have been $2,000 for classes I needed to graduate. So I came up to Salida because they offered all the classes I needed to graduate for free, didn't have to pay any money for it. And so, coming to the new school, I don't really have an issue with meeting new people because I don't really interact with people as often as most people seem to think necessary. So I slowly integrated in. It wasn't really fast, but it wasn't really traumatic either. And I mean, it was weird coming in the first day. It's always weird going in the first day because everything's new. But everything became very routine very fast. So, there wasn't a lot of conflict or controversy. The worst problems I had was getting my transcripts from my old school, which they were holding ransom for assorted reasons, ranging from unpaid library fees of 50 cents to a lunch bill of $2. So, I don't know, that was pretty much it.
Okay, I've been a new student to a lot of different schools. It's a lot of fun because you meet a lot of different people, and coming back to Salida was a lot of fun because everybody remembered me, so that was pretty cool. Everybody was like, oh, Courtney's back, and then some people would know me that I didn't really remember, I guess. I felt really bad, but it's fun to be a new kid or a new face because you kind of just get to reinvent yourself, I guess, and you always find yourself ending up hanging out with the same people that you would at any other school anyway, but I have so many friends that I still talk to from being a new kid a lot. So it's a good thing overall.
So I was in TLC since kindergarten, and I only knew all of my friends from TLC. And when I came to high school, I wasn't really prepared because I only knew a few people that were, of course, in my class. So when I came in, I had my mom walk me in the first day because I was so terrified of all the kids and like what my sisters had told me about the upperclassmen. So I, had my mom come in with me, which now looking back on it is kind of embarrassing, but it was really good to have her there because it meant there was some normalcy for me. And as if that wasn't bad enough, I went to my first hour class and then someone told me the wrong schedule. They told me that I had to go to my next hour class instead of going to advisory. So I went to my next hour class and I was sitting in there with a bunch of seniors and I was the only freshman. Bethany Higgins had to come get me and rescue me because I was seriously lost. So coming in as a new student was really, really scary, but at the same time it was a good experience to like branch me out from what I had been in before and just being in like the closed quarters that I had been in. So I mean, it was good, but it was terrifying.
Being a new student in middle school or high school is a challenge. I would have never known this until I was a new student. Until last Friday, I had never been a new student. I hadn't had to make friends since kindergarten. Although it was only for a day, I experienced what it would be like. The nerves of walking into a building where you know no one. The experience of being judged before you've even said a word.
Really quick, we have a new student who's going to be joining us. This is McKinley, and she is from Salida.
Or being asked to sit with someone. Or even hang out with someone.
Stay with us.
The experience taught me a lot about myself and a lot about others my age. It taught me how to be myself, and people will just accept me for me. It taught me a lesson that I will use throughout my entire life. It taught me how to be a new face. And now that college is quickly approaching, I am prepared to be that new face.
Hi, I'm going to be a new face at the University of Northern Colorado.
I will be a new face at CU Boulder.
I'll be a new face at UC. I'll be a new face at CSU. Hello, I'm going to be a new face at UC.
I'm going to be a new face at Fort Lewis. I'm going to be a new face at Colorado School of Mines.
I'm going to be a new face in Denver.
I'm going to be a new face at Colorado School of Mines.
I'm going to be a new face at CU Boulder.
I will be a new face at Colorado State University, Fort Collins. And I'm so glad that all of you are new faces and are going to be new faces. I'm so glad that I got to grow up with you. Thanks for joining me on this episode of The Salidan Life. A new face.
Smile